Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're taking a deep dive into the global weather warning analysis for July 12, 2025. And it's not just about, tomorrow's forecast. We're really trying to pull out the most important insights from these latest reports, understand the deeper trends, the surprising impacts, and what it means for you. We're weaving together meteorology, geology, even space weather.
Right. And what's truly striking, I think, is how interconnected everything is. It paints this picture of escalating complexity and risk. Our mission here is really to distill the critical insights, the stuff that actually matters.
Okay, so let's start with the big picture everyone talks about. Global temperatures. We know they're rising, but what's really alarming or maybe less understood about this climb? What's the most surprising projection you saw?
Well, a key thing is that the current projections, they suggest global mean near-surface temperatures are likely to stay at, or, very near record levels right through 2029. And that brings us straight to that critical 1.5 degrees Celsius warming threshold compared to pre-industrial times.
The one we hear so much about.
Exactly. The data is showing an 86% probability, that's high, that at least 1 year between 2025 and 2029 will actually surpass that limit. And right now, 2025, it's already tracking as the second hottest year on record, just behind 2024.
Wow. And that warming isn't spread evenly, is it? I saw something about the Arctic.
No, not at all. The Arctic is predicted to warm, get this, more than 3.5 times the global average rate.
3.5 times?
Yeah. It's like hitting fast forward on climate change just for the Arctic. And as the WMO Deputy Secretary General put it, there's really no sign of respite over the coming years.
So even if things like El Nino are neutral right now?
Right. Even with ENSO, that's the El Nino Southern Oscillation, in a neutral phase, the main driver is these widespread above normal sea surface temperatures pretty much everywhere. All that accumulated heat. It's not just background noise, it acts like a high-energy baseline, basically fueling more intense weather no matter what ENSO is doing short-term.
And we're seeing that fuel play out right now with extreme heat, aren't we?
Yeah.
It feels like these heat waves are hitting faster and harder.
Definitely. Europe's been gripped by what they're calling a blistering early summer heat wave. We're talking local temperatures over 40 degrees Celsius. Spain even hit an incredible 46.0 degrees C.
46 degrees. That really changes your definition of summer.
It does, and the impact goes way beyond just being uncomfortable. In Spain, that heat, it led to a 14% jump in electricity demand, and power prices shot up 2 to 3 times normal levels. That really shows the strain on energy infrastructure.
A systemic risk.
Exactly. And don't forget the urban heat island effect. Cities get significantly hotter, which cranks up the health risks for people living there. And it's not just Europe. Asia, places like Japan, they're bracing for another hotter than normal summer too, stressing their grids.
Okay, so beyond the heat, let's talk water, or sometimes way too much water. The Atlantic hurricane season outlook.
Yeah, that's predicted to be above normal. There's about a 60% chance of high activity this season.
And there's something new with the forecasts.
Yes, this is quite interesting. NOAA has upgraded its hurricane analysis and forecast system, and it now explicitly shows watches and warnings for inland areas for tropical storms and hurricanes.
Inland, okay, that seems important.
It really is. It's acknowledging that the danger, especially from heavy rain and flooding, extends far beyond just the immediate coast.
We saw that kind of vulnerability play out just recently, didn't we?
In Chicago. Yeah, exactly. July 8th in Chicago, a really localized flash flood event dumped 5.45 inches of rain in just about 2.5 hours.
Wow, in 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it completely overwhelmed the city's drainage, led to water rescues, flooded basements. It's a real sort of wake-up call for urban resilience,
Definitely. But it's not just the atmosphere. The Earth itself is always active, right? Even if major volcanoes like Mount Rainier seem quiet.
That's right. Rainier's alert level is normal, no cause for concern there right now. But globally, the Earth is constantly dynamic. Just last week, the weekly volcanic activity report showed new activity or unrest at 3 volcanoes and ongoing activity at 18 others.
And those can have far-reaching effects.
They really can. We saw flight cancellations because of ash from Indonesia's Luotobi volcano. It just underscores how these kind of localized geological events can ripple outwards, especially impacting something like aviation.
Okay, so from deep inside the Earth, let's look even further out, space weather. We've had some recent geomagnetic storms.
Yeah, some G1 and G2 storms, which are minor to moderate, and also some high-energy electron flux events.
Right, electron flux. Why does that matter for us down here?
Well, it really begs the question, doesn't it? The alert about this specific electron activity, they call it electron 2 MeV integral flux, it explicitly mentions a risk. It says potential impacts. Satellite systems may experience significant charging. Basically, think of it like an invisible electrical buildup on our satellites.
Okay, and that's bad because...
Because we rely so heavily on satellites for everything. Communication, GPS navigation, even weather forecasting itself. Any significant disruption up there poses a real risk to, well, our whole modern infrastructure down here.
So pulling all these threads together, heat, storms, volcanoes, space weather, what's the main takeaway here?
I think the overriding message is that the global weather landscape is just getting more complex. You've got these persistent climate change impacts interacting with all these dynamic shorter-term things happening. And it really underscores this urgent need for better preparedness, for adaptive strategies, and not just for weather and water, but for geology and space weather too. It's about building resilience in a world where everything is connected.
Makes you wonder, what surprising new connections might we discover as we keep tracking all these evolving global dynamics? And how might that change how we need to prepare?